guys, welcome back to my channel. Kelsey here. I wanted to do something completely different today and just something that I've had in mind for a while, so I'm really excited to do it. Now, I'm an avid watcher of beauty gurus on YouTube. I love Jeffree Star, Nikki Tutorials, Tati. I love all these people and I watch their videos religiously. But a lot of the times what I've noticed is they use extremely expensive products like those beauty blender things, you know, like head down to the Home Depot and get yourself one of those Day Glow scrunch things for the kitchen sink. They have complicated techniques, you know, with the strobing, the contouring. It's not the easiest thing to replicate if you're just like a normal girl who hasn't been either trained formally or who maybe is just getting started with makeup, and maybe you don't have that much money to afford all these crazy high-end products. So what I want to do is film a realistic makeup tutorial for just normal girls, where, you know, I show the drugstore products I use. I don't have the best techniques. I just kind of do what works for me. I'm gonna take you along for the ride. Now, this is the first makeup tutorial that I've filmed, so I still need to get my angles right and everything, so it's not gonna be just this polished, put together makeup tutorial, but I think that's part of the fun. You're gonna see all the mistakes I make. You know, I'm gonna be honest about all the problems you might encounter. I'm excited to make it, and so I will zoom in a bit and take you along for the ride. So here I am, all zoomed up and makeupless like a fetus coming out of the womb. Today we're gonna use this Naked palette that I bought years ago. Now, I bought it off eBay, but it turned out that it was a fake. I'm usually an expert eBay buyer. I know how to pick the real ones. I know the rules and tricks of the game, but this one duped me. The colors are still pretty similar. I mean, they're obviously not as good quality, and there's probably like rat poison and vermin piss in it, but you know what? That's what we're gonna go with today. To start off, the brush I'm going to be using just to fill in my crease is this one here. It's the brand Quo. I don't know I think it's a Canadian brand, but I don't really know. I don't know much about brands. And it's a crease blender brush. Do I know if it's the proper brush to use? I don't know. I have no idea, but you know what? It works for me. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh wait, that's not right. First, we're going to prime the lids. So this is an Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. It's just one of those sample packets I got when I bought, I think, the Naked 3 palette from Sephora. So we're gonna prime the lids first. Get that all on there, nice and thick, like a Betty Crocker buttercream. Get the chunks out of there. Now I'm going to go in with my brush and my crease color. I think I'm gonna choose Hustle, it's called. It's like a darkish mid-tone brown. I mean, it probably doesn't look like the actual color on the actual Naked palette, but this is what we're gonna use. Okay, and basically just pop it in the crease. Make sure to tap all that excess off your brush because it'll get all over your cheeks. Kind of pop it in there, kind of going in like a crescent moon motion. Repeat on the other side. Alright, so you look like you've been punched in the eye. Means you're doing it right. So now what I do is I take this brush that came in my knockoff Naked 2 palette. Yeah, because not only was I duped once, but I was duped twice. I just take this brush and it's like pretty, oh god, it's pretty thin and flat. Two things I am not. And we're gonna do that to kind of trace underneath the eye. I mean, once again, is it the right brush? No, but I don't really care. Go into Hustle again, that medium darkish brown color, and then just go underneath. like halfway, not the full, don't underline the full eye. And what I do is I like to drag it upwards and like around, kind of making like a cat eye shape. Manipulate the shape of your eye. Because my eyes aren't a very nice shape, so I just kind of like to play around. And do the other side. I make the most ridiculous faces doing my makeup. It's so unattractive, but I feel like every girl does. Alright, so another essential that you're going to need when you do your makeup are Q-tips, because I know that I screw up so much, so these are definitely an essential. Just kind of play around with it, make that shape a lot nicer than what I did. Alright, whatever, that looks fine. So then what I do next is I go in with this brush, kind of flatter but wider, I guess, and this came in my knockoff Naked One palette. We're gonna take that and we're gonna go in with, what do I want to go in with? Let's go in with some Smog, which is kind of like a lighter color. What is that? Yeah, this one. What the fuck? Which is like a lighter color than the Hustle one we used. Because what I usually like to do is I like to put a dark color on the outside, a mid-tone color on the middle, and then a light color all in the crease. Just have a nice like gradation. Just kind of pat it on the middle there. And don't be afraid to like mix it in with the other dark color that you put, because that'll kind of, I guess, blend the two together. Because honestly, I don't spend hours blending. Ain't nobody got time for that. I just slap that shit on and hope it blends itself. Take that same brush and then just go underneath with the same color. Don't go in the inner corner, just kind of go from the middle and once again drag it across to the outer. Don't feel bad if you get it in the dark color, because that's what you want. When you do the shadows, you look pretty crazy. You look like you've been in a boxing ring. But what I find is when you put the eyeliner on, that's when the look starts to come together. Don't worry about it. It'll get better. Okay, so now that that's done, what you want to do is take that little thin flat brush again, kind of wipe off that color that's left over from doing the outer corner, and we're going to use this one to go in the inner corner with a lighter color. So what I'm going to use today is this. It's called Half Baked. Wait, this one? Jeez, everything's backwards. My sister has the Real Naked palette, and I've seen the Real Half Baked color, and it's so gorgeous. This looks nothing like it. This looks like a chalky, weird, God only knows. But you know what? For our purposes, we're going to use it today. Go in the inner corner and bring it around and go underneath as well, kind of once again in a little moon shape. Don't be afraid to drag it into the mid-tone color, because you want them to, I guess, seamlessly transition from one to the other. Once again, I don't know if this is the right technique, but I just kind of do what works for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the 80s back and put a really like stroby shiny color underneath my eyebrows here, so I guess highlight that. What I'm going to do is I'm going in with this, the other end of that brush that I got in the knockoff Naked 2 palette. It's just like, it has really no shape to it, but whatever, it works, I guess. So I'm going to go in with Virgin, which is like a shiny white color. I'm so bad at describing colors. Looks like cocaine. And just kind of put it under there, make it nice and shiny. highlight is the proper term, highlight. I want to actually take some of that virgin color and kind of put it in the inner corner of my eye as well to liven up the inner eye. Just make them look, I think, wider apart and brighter. I think that's what that does. But once again, I don't know. You know, if you think about it, the concept of makeup is so weird. Like, you literally just put a bunch of goop and like powder on your face and like play arts and crafts with it. It is so weird. I'm gonna go into my Naked 4 palette, I guess, the Naked Smoky. Now this one's real. My sister bought it for me for Christmas, so yay for me. I'm moving up in the world. We're gonna go in with this, once again, this flat brush, but like make sure you clean off all that gold crap, because like you don't want gold eyebrows. Like, this isn't the freaking capital in the Hunger Games. We're gonna go in with where is it? Oh, there we go. It's called Whiskey. So it's like this brown color. Now I don't use pencil or anything on my brows because I got bad marks in art class in school, so I'm not good at drawing things. I just powder them up because Lord knows I can't draw nicely. So slap that powder on there. Make sure you don't go heavy in the inner corner, like here, because then it'll look like those blocky, crazy Instagram brows. You want to kind of go more subtle than that. Oh shit. That one definitely went on heavy. Now, what I like to do is take this. I don't know what this is. Spoolie? Who knows? I got this in like one of those like children's makeup kits that like you bought when you were in like grade 5 and it was your first makeup experience. So this came in there, and I've had it for all these freaking years. But so what I do is I just take this little brushy end and I just brush my brows into a nice shape and kind of get rid of all like the excess powder, make them not so harsh. I was literally born without eyebrows, like they grow in gray. So this is nice to just give your face features instead of looking like a mannequin. Now I'm going to take some makeup remover. I use like micellar water because you can get like a big ass jug for like the price of like a little tiny tube of makeup remover, and it works just as well. I'm gonna just put some on a cloth and like take it all off from my cheekbones because the fallout in that fake ass Naked palette is fierce. You know, I was so pissed when I found out those were fake. I opened them up, I'm like, the hell is this? They kind of like make my eyes red, probably because of like all like the cat urine and stuff that's in them. Beauty is pain, guys. Beauty is pain. Okay, so now this to me is the most important step. This like makes or breaks the look, because like I said, with just the powders on, you look a little bit like drugged out. You look a little like Kate Moss in the 90s. The eyeliner is what really brings the look together, and it's also the most time consuming and most difficult part to perfect. Remember, you want your wings so sharp that they slay your enemies. But I also feel like making them even, like it'd be easier to disprove Einstein's theory of relativity than make your wings even, but we're gonna try it today. So I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal 24-hour lacquer liner. It's drugstore. Most of my products are drugstore because honestly, I've tried a lot of high-end products and I've tried a lot of drugstore products and they work. I mean, not everything works comparable, you know, like some things you need better quality. You can definitely tell when your eyeshadow is higher end, it goes on a lot nicer. But other things like eyeliner, mascara even, you can just find products that are pretty comparable and that'll work the same. We're gonna try and do that winged look and pray to Jesus that it works out. This takes a while, so bear with me. My heart is like pounding. I'm nervous. I just like to flick it out at the ends. I guess ideally you want to aim it to the end of your eyebrow. A lot of the times what I find is eyeliner has a mind of its own. You know, you might be going for a very thin and subtle wing and all of a sudden, whoa, you're like friggin' performing in drag as Adele on stage, or you look like a raccoon. You gotta whip that eyeliner into shape. Make it do what you want. You gotta hold your breath for this. Any movement, ooh, all hell's gonna break loose. And I always find that it might look okay, but I'm such like a perfectionist that I'll keep trying to make it better, and then I'll screw it up even though it looked fine before. So I think that's fine on that eye. Now the real trick is making the other one even. Because Lord knows, I got a better chance of winning an Olympic triathlon than making this perfectly even. Whew, gotta steady that shaking hand.
Oh, damn.
See, this one got a little too excited and arched like crazy here. So you gotta get your trusty Q-tip and get that bitch back in line. She's gone rogue. So they're not that even. You know, they have differing opinions on how to live their lives, but you know what? Good enough. Good enough. I think Jeffree Star always says, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Well, that's the same with your eyeliner. Now I'm going to go into my waterline. Today I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion. Perfect name for me. Torture yourself and stick things in your eyes. Sounds like fun. Because like I said, beauty is pain. Now I have a super watery waterline, and I found that it doesn't matter how expensive or good quality the eyeliner is, it just won't stay in on there. I don't know if like a lot of you guys have that problem, but it's so annoying. So then another liner I'm gonna use is this white one. It's by Meow. It's called White because they're very creative with their names. And I'm going to go into the inner corner again and brighten it up. Kind of draw a little moon again in the corner. So you're done with liners. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're a survivor. Now I'm gonna move on to mascara, which is the final step in the eyes, and then we'll move on to face and lips. I just use this CoverGirl Supersizer. It works pretty decent. I used to buy the Benefit, their real one. I think it was like $30+, so it was pretty expensive. So my makeup bill every month, you know, was pretty high. So I switched to drugstore, and this one actually works pretty good. So kind of just fan outwards and upwards. And get on that really ugly mascara making face that every woman makes. Do the bottom. I don't wear fake eyelashes because like I'm not the most adept at gluing things on my face. So now we're gonna move on with face. Now I don't wear, you know, foundations or heavy powders or anything like that because I have kind of sensitive skin, and B, you know, all this like contouring, highlighting, I'm not even gonna attempt it. I think I did once, and it was like skunk stripes down the side of my face, and it looked like multicolored whiskers. So yeah, we're not gonna finger paint the face today. You know, like the whole like trend that was maybe like a year ago of like clown contouring. You go from looking like Tim Curry in It to looking like Tim Curry in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, I can't do that. So what I do is I use a BB cream because it's like lighter, I guess. And you know, I don't have a beauty blender or a brush. I just go in with my hands. This is light and medium because I am the color of a poltergeist. So let's just start spreading that on. It's nice and thick and luscious. Get in your hairline because that would be an error in judgment if you don't. I don't use concealer or anything either. I probably should because I do have kind of bags under my eyes, but honestly, I can't really be bothered. So I just kind of load the BB cream down in under the eye to get rid of those shadows. This BB cream kind of goes on glossy, but it dries more matte. Now I have like a weird discoloration under here. I don't know what that is. I think it's like a certain condition. I looked it up, but I forget the name. I probably should have done my research for this video, but who prepares nowadays? So I just like to slather that stuff under the lips just to kind of tone that down. Before doing makeup, I don't use like a primer or anything. What I do is I'll just put a moisturizer on just to get rid of all the dry skin so things go on smoother. I think the moisturizer I use, I think it's just like Olay, once again, drugstore. Make sure you carefully get around the eyebrows because you spent a long time powdering those things in. Heaven help you if you ruin them now. And I just like to take the excess and just kind of put it under here because I tend to like lift my head up a lot when I talk, you know, like a horse does. And if I have kind of like a beigey here and I lift it up and it's like stark white, people are gonna start asking questions. The only other thing I do to my face, like I said, I'm not skilled enough to use bronzer or do contour and highlight. When people do it, it looks amazing and it is truly an art form, but me, girl, it just looks like racing stripes on my face. So what I do is I do use blush. I use the, I just got the Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. My sister bought it for me for my birthday, and I love it. I love Graveyard Girl. I watch all her videos, adore her. I love this palette. It smells like vanilla. It's amazing. So I use the blush in it. It's called Does This Thing Really Work? And it's just like a pinky color with gold flecks in it. It's another Whoa, I don't even know how to say that brush, and it's a face contour brush because when I bought this it had the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight in for like a contour, and I thought I'd be like an expert and come out looking like Kim Kardashian, but yeah, no, that didn't happen. You need to just tap your brush extremely lightly into it because it is very pigmented, and just kind of smile and get the apples of your cheeks and work upwards. That's literally all I do for my face. Doesn't look, but it looks okay. Very, very last step that we're gonna do is lips, which is the easiest in my opinion. So what I do is I just kind of put a light layer of moisture. I just usually use like an EOS type thing. Put a light layer of moisture or else my lips dry up and look like prunes, Sahara Desert. And then, so for lip liner day, I'm gonna go with just like a nude look. I'm not gonna do any crazy bright colors. So we're gonna go in with this NYX lip liner in, it's called Sugar Glass. It's just like a nice nude color. You kind of want to overline your lips a little bit because I was born with, just like I was born without eyebrows, I was born without lips. Straight up mannequin, no features. So I'm gonna like overline them a little bit. We all do it. Fill them in with it as well. On top of that, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. Now I like these, they're cheap and they dry really matte, but the problem is like they almost dry too matte, so it like sucks all the moisture out of your lips and you're just like, give me moisture. That's why I put the balm underneath, kind of saves me from looking like the Crypt Keeper, like a dried up old corpse in the grave. Gotta check your teeth. There have been plenty of time where you think you look good and you think you're just looking on fleek, and then you're talking to someone and you just have like red ass teeth. You look like you've been punched in the mouth. So that is the finished product. I guess I'll get up nice and close. That's what it looks like. It doesn't take long, and I wanted to make this video to show that you don't necessarily need so much skill to achieve a decent look. You don't need to buy the most expensive products on the market. You can use drugstore, you can use just random brushes you found lying on the side of the road. You can achieve like a decent look. I mean, you're not gonna look like the professionals, but you're not gonna look bad either. You don't need it to take 3 hours, you know, you can do it in less than an hour, and yeah, it still looks good. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want kind of more of these realistic makeup tutorials for normal girls, then let me know down below, because I enjoy doing them and I like to experiment with a lot of different looks, so it doesn't have to just be like this. Yes, you know what I noticed? These palettes have the silliest names, like Hustle, Toasted, Sidecar, like Buck. You have Ethereal Effervescence, Baby's Breath, Urinal Puck, Crop Duster, Arabian Goggles. If you want to see more, just let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, the usual, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.